Alpha Condé is a Guinean politician who has been president of Guinea since December 2010. He spent decades in opposition to a succession of regimes in Guinea, unsuccessfully running against President Lansana Conté in the 1993 and 1998 presidential elections, and leading the Rally of the Guinean People, an opposition party, standing again in the 2010 presidential election. Condé was elected president in a second round of voting. When he took office that December, he became the first freely elected president in the country's history. Condé was re-elected in 2015 with about 58% of the vote. Upon his election in 2010, Condé said he would strengthen Guinea as a democracy and fight corruption. But he and his son have since been implicated in a number of corruption scandals, mostly related to the mining industry, and suspected of election rigging. On the 30th of January 2017, Condé succeeded Chad's Idriss Déby as head of the African Union. He was succeeded by Rwandan President Paul Kagame on the 28th of January 2018. Condé was born on the 4th of March 1934 in Bouaké in Lower Guinea. His parents were from Burkina Faso. Condé left for France at the age of 15. His supporters claimed that he was active in the National Union of Higher Education, of which he was claimed to be the executive coordinator of African national groups from 1967 to 1975, overseeing the activities of the Directorate of FEANF. Condé claimed to have written a master's thesis in political science, Le PDG et le Peuple de Guinée, in 1965. Before being president, Alpha Condé has not held any full-time employment. Condé won 18% of the vote in Guinea's first multi-party presidential election, held on the 19th of December 1993. Lansana Conté, who had been president since a bloodless 1984 coup d'état, won that election with 51.7% of the vote. Condé's supporters alleged fraud in this election after the Supreme Court nullified results in Thay, Konkan and Siguri prefectures, where Condé had received more than 60% of the vote. Condé's supporters resorted in intimidation, ballot stuffing and violence in the Konkan and Siguri prefectures, resulting in the Supreme Court nullifying the results in those prefectures. In the 1998 presidential election, Condé ran again and received 17.6% of the vote, placing third behind Conté and Mamadou Boiba. On the 16th of December, 2 days after the poll, Condé was arrested and charged with trying to leave the country illegally. He was also charged with attempting to recruit forces to destabilize the government. Controversy during his detention focused on whether he could be represented by foreign as well as domestic lawyers, and whether defense lawyers were being given full access to him in jail. Condé's trial, initially scheduled to begin in September 1999, did not begin until April 2000. Condé, along with 47 co-defendants, was charged with hiring mercenaries, planning to assassinate President Conté, and upsetting the state's security. Defense lawyers began by calling for the judge to immediately release their clients, then quit, saying that under the circumstances they could not properly make a defense. The trial was thus delayed several times, during which time Condé refused to speak in court, and his co-defendants denied all of the charges. The trial finally continued in August, and in mid-September Condé was sentenced to jail for 5 years. However, Condé was released in May 2001 when he was pardoned by President Conté, with the condition that he was prohibited from engaging in political activities. Following his release, he left Guinea for France, returning in July 2005. Upon his return, some reports indicated that he intended to organize the RPG for the municipal elections held in late 2005, but later stated his intention to boycott them, following Conté's death and the 23rd of December 2008 military coup. Condé met with Moussa Dadis Camara, the president of the National Council for Democracy and Development, on the 27th of December 2008. After the meeting, Condé said that the members of the CNDD junta were patriots. Condé lobbied the CNDD junta to arrest and jail Condé's political rivals. Later, however, Conde opposed the junta after failing to push the CNDD junta to intimidate and disqualify Conde's political rivals. Moussa Daddy's camera publicly exposed Conte's request to commit anti-democratic and anti-constitutional acts on his behalf. Conde stood again in the June to November 2010 presidential election. During the first round, he received 18% of the votes, while Cellou Dalein Diallo placed first with over 40%. On 15 November 2010, Conde was declared the winner of the second round with 52.5%. Observers of the election noted that his win was surprising given his poor results in previous elections, and in the first round of this election, Conde has constantly failed to pass the 18% mark in a presidential election. A report prepared by the Carter Center noted several irregularities in voter registration, vote counting and the